I'm a little confused here because didn't the RWBY Fanatics always say that you can't use Monty's name to criticize this show or this sort of thing? I believe they even made an official rule on the RWBY subreddit that a lot of people then adopted on Twitter and Tumblr, etc., etc. And that was literally called the Monty rule, which was pretty much what I said. Like, don't bring Monty up to criticize the show is essentially what it was. There's a little bit more to it than that, but that's the gist of it. The point is, though, I'm confused because what we have here is a RWBY Fanatic saying word for word, and I'm actually going to remove myself repeating this. RWBY Fanatic says, can we like all admit that Monty was a terrible story writer? Like, yeah, he created the show, but volumes 1 through 2 are so oof-ing het, it's actually awful. So here we have someone using Monty's name to own the hets or something, you know? So apparently you can't use Monty to criticize the show, but you can use Monty to hate an entire group of people. That's totally fine. Now, excuse me for a moment. Let me just ask you a question. What's wrong with you? Something's definitely wrong with this person. They then say, man, the incels who have never seen nor tasted oof found this tweet. Now, what is oof? Let me just tell you, it really doesn't matter. This person is just a complete weirdo with a terrible take. And yeah, that's not my opinion. That's fact. This take is terrible. That's a factual statement. I'm kidding around, but maybe I'm not kidding around. Now, someone did respond saying, imagine thinking and saying that whole group of people is gross without even a hint of irony or understanding how hypocritical it is. And they respond saying, no jokes. I think those people are disgusting, essentially is what they say here. Now, hold up, because I don't care what their opinion is. They can say that. I don't care at all. Doesn't mean anything to me. What I care about is the hypocrisy. As I said already, the same people who always said to never use Monty to criticize the show, again, I'm going to repeat the point because I think it's a pretty disturbing thing what's going on here. They are okay using Monty to hate on a whole group of people. Is there anything more I need to say about that? This is why I like covering the RWBY community sometimes. They get so mad at me, but most of the time, I'm just showing what they're saying. Like, there's not much commentary that I can add. I can add some, but for the most part, it speaks volumes alone just showing what they say and what they do. I do have one more point to make, however, and it's actually quite funny. Because this person, one more time, said that volumes 1 through 2 are so het that it's awful, and they worded it more explicit than that. But here's the thing. I don't know what show they're watching, but it doesn't seem to be RWBY. Because RWBY really hasn't changed much since then at all. In all the years since Volume 2, all the years since then, you have like 5 minutes of screen time or maybe less of Jean's sister and her partner. You have Bumblebee, which is so bad that a big portion of the Bumblebee shippers have jumped off the ship because they are sick of being strung along for literal years, and they have found better representation in other shows. And then aside from those examples, you have a couple more here and there. Some examples are so small that in canon, most people that watch the show don't even know about them. So, is that point really a good one? I don't think it is. And as a matter of fact, I think you can turn the logic on this person and point out, like I said, that the show really hasn't changed much since then. So you might want to rethink that point. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Catch you next time.